Welcome back to another episode of Wing Wednesdays, chewing the proverbial wedding fat with this...
me, yes, Howard Wing, and this man...
Adam Wing.
Hello everyone, I hope you had an awesome Christmas, New Year.
I can't put that in
Start to the year. What?
Well, it's the first time you've been back on the channel since New Year's.
Is this our first Wing Wednesday of...
2020.
Twitter.
How's your January been so far?
It's been pretty good actually. Well, I was in America at the start of it.
Sounds really good.
I was
enthused about that.
Well, I was in the Caribbean, had a nice little holiday with the family. It was ace. Got back mid-January and then into a whole month's worth of inquiries, wedding stuff. So I've pretty much been like and having meetings with wedding clients.
Well, this is more what I was angling about, because I know how good your holiday was, but I was more concerned with how's your inquiries been going in January, because January is the busiest time for you. It must be of inquiries.
Yeah, it's weird.
January is always the busiest time for wedding inquiries.
Yeah, generally I would say so, because you've got a lot of couples who, for the same year they're in and maybe the year after, they start panicking about their wedding suppliers. Think, shit, we need to get things booked in. We need to start.
Well, it's that
filling up the diary.
Once you get stuff. Christmas out of the way, it's like, oh, the wedding's this year, or it's next year, and we need to actually start.
You know, I've had certain inquiries, messages from couples who've booked me in like 2022 and 2021 saying, "Hey, it's the start of the year. I know we're not getting married till next year, but do we need to meet up again?" Or
is there anything we need to do, because the wedding's in 9 months now?
Like, yeah, give me a shout in 8 months.
It's that whole like, oh, it's January, we need to. Ooh. Yeah, I've been.
So I've had a few of them. But lots of inquiries actually, some really good ones. I've had another one for the south of France, which has been pretty cool. But yeah,
bookings.
So I've taken, in the last 3 days, I've taken 5 bookings from meetings I've had over the last week and a half. Pretty much since I've been back. So it's been pretty mad. About you? Have you been like tons and tons of inquiries?
Yeah, it's gone bonkers. So I mean, I don't have lost count of. I've had a lot of inquiries since like January.
Bookings?
Since January 2nd, it's just been. I've been getting 2 or 3 a day.
Conversion rates?
And I've booked 8 so far this month, which, as on record, is my busiest month ever. I've never booked 8 in a month.
Oh, that's good.
On record, because I started keeping tabs on them like about 18 months ago. But I booked 8 this month, so it's been like mad busy.
It's good. What about you guys who are listening? Is it the same for you? You're always busy in January with inquiries? I find it goes in peaks and troughs throughout the year. It starts really busy, then it dips a bit. April can be a really busy one just before the start of summer, and it can go a bit mad. So how are you guys getting on? Loads of inquiries. Let us know in the comments below.
But it's the booking ratios, isn't it? Because I've spoke to a lot of people who have said that. Well, I've spoke to a mixed bag. I've either had loads of inquiries but not many booking, or hardly any inquiries but good ratio of bookings. It's a funny one, but I always find it to be mad, and what I find is, because I'm getting so many inquiries in January, and I've done a plenty of bookings this month, but all those people, it all spills over into February, so I'll probably do a lot of bookings in February as well, because all the people that have been inquiring this month that just kind of trickle over and don't quite commit until February. So next month should be fairly busy as well.
A bit more panic sets in, like shit. We need to.
But all those deposits are good, aren't they?
Deposits are amazing. It just keeps the cash flow coming in.
Keeps the money coming in whilst you skim.
When you're not. I mean, my next gig is the 20th of February, so I've got a nice big break, which means when you're not out there, you're not earning any money. But if you can keep the inquiries coming in and having the meters and collecting them deposits, it's always good for the bank, and it keeps a steady cash flow.
Percentage-wise, deposit.
Me?
Yeah, how do you do it?
I just take a flat fee
of
my fee.
Okay.
No, £500 booking fee is what I take. I don't do it a percentage. I just do, that's my booking fee, and that's it.
Mine was a percentage. I used to take a third as deposit. So when I was like £1,200, that would mean a £400 deposit, and then when I was £1,500, that would mean a £500 deposit. But once I got to that £500 deposit, that felt like enough to ask as a deposit. So
if you're putting a £3,000 or £4,000 package together, then you know
your deposit's going to be like 1,000, 1,500 quid. I think that's
It's
a bit
quite a lot.
much. Yeah. So I
did the same.
It was a third up until I got to 500 quid, and now it's just I just keep it at 500 quid, even if I book a 3-4
And for me, that
package.
£500 amount they are really committed, because it's not a small amount of money for somebody. So
no, and I get,
and they're not. Imagine if you say
we need to can we give it you? We want a book, but we need to wait till payday. Like, some people really have to save up to get you that deposit. Don't they?
And if you were just taking a minimal amount, £50 or £100 for a booking, then that's money which people aren't that bothered about losing if they change their mind or they want to veer off somewhere else. So a £500 for me, it really commits the couple, and they're obviously happy with what they've booked, and they're booking me. So yeah, I mean, I never really get any. The only cancellations I ever get are if the couple split up before the wedding.
Yeah,
which is always sad.
We had one last year, didn't we? Because I only had one cancellation last year, and it was the one that we were supposed to do together.
Oh, what a shame!
It's a shame for the couple, and it's a shame for us. I think we've talked about cancellation fees and stuff before, don't we?
Probably. I suppose this is. I know we're waffling today. We just want to get back online and just say hello for the new year. But I suppose the takeaway for now is what you would take for your booking fee, which I always call it a booking fee rather than a deposit. And that's my philosophy. There's
not really a defined theme or subject for today. It was just a catch up.
But I think that's a decent takeaway, isn't it? Make sure you deposit your booking fee it's a decent amount, so that couple are really having to commit, and you've less chance of getting cancelled. Because in your world, there's a lot of videographers, and they might book you. It's 50 quid. Right, we'll book him. And they might see something else. Oh, actually, I might want to go.
You know what? It's a really good tip, that, because if they book me as a videographer, and then if I get booked before the photographer, but then they go to, say I've got booked and I've only asked for a £50 deposit, and then they go to meet a photographer who also offers video packages, and they decide that they love the photographer and they just rather have it all in-house, and what a shame we didn't meet you first, we would have booked a video with you, so it's all under one thing. And then they remember that they've only lost 50 quid on my deposit, they might just go, sod it,
And if I was that photographer offering that film service, knowing if I get the information from the couple that they've booked you and you've charged £50, well, I could possibly go in and say, I'll knock you that £50 off.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, whereas if you've took a £500 deposit or a big
fully committed,
then they're committed, aren't they? They don't want to lose that. Yeah, it's good tip. Yeah. So what plans for the year and stuff?
I've got all sorts going on. Weddings. I've got
40.
40. I've got
2. I've got 42.
I've got 43.
You're a liar.
I think I've got about 41 weddings this year already booked in. That'll be at 50.
Well, that's me. I mean, I'll probably get a couple more, but that's pretty much me done. 40 odd. I'm happy with that. If I get 45 or so for the year.
I've got 3 abroad weddings.
4 abroad weddings.
I'm going to Bermuda. I'm going to the south of France, and I'm going to Ireland. Ireland's still abroad. You're across the water.
Yeah. I'd love to shoot in Ireland,
So Bermuda for me is going to be the furthest I've ever travelled to go and perform at a wedding.
Is that a real place? What if you never come back? You might get lost there.
Is it a real place? Of course it's a real place.
Yeah, but people get lost and never appear again.
Well, you're going to miss out on your super cool uncle then, aren't you?
What a shame.
Oh, another thing which I'm doing this year, I'm actually launching a wedding planner and a wedding planner app. And we've got our artwork through what the planner's going to look like. Look at this. It's going to be sold on the internet along with an app.
I remember saying you could plug your stuff on my channel.
Can I not plug my wedding planner?
Of course you can. That's cool. Tell me about that.
It's a wedding planner.
Oh, nice.
If you go on Amazon and wedding planner, ours is going to be there, and it's just a helpful guide with all the different sections of planning a wedding, whether it be venue, photography, videography, entertainment, flowers, menswear, womenswear, bridal shops.
We're always doing stuff like this, but this is a good takeaway for viewers and listeners of, yes, you do your weddings and your bread and butter, but just having extra little side avenues, side hustles, if you will, to generate income.
And it's in the world that I know the most. It's weddings. I've lived and breathed weddings for the last 20 years.
And what you were saying before about your industry acclaim and authority and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote a book, 4 or 5 years ago, which is How to Plan Your Wedding, and that's just a comprehensive guide of giving tips and helpful little hints of how to plan a wedding. So we've just is kind of a bit of an extension of that, but it's a physical planner where you can write things in. It's got like a budget planner in there. You can put in all your supplies that you've booked, all the contact names and details, and the app is going to run alongside it. So it's pretty much a mirror image of the actual physical planner.
So I think that suggests to couples that you're authoritative and you know what you're talking about, and you're obviously an experienced, respectable figure in the industry just by default, because if you've written a book, couples will assume you're an expert, and compared to the other wedding singer they've looked into.
That comes under like the authority side of what we talk about with your wedding business, i.e. awards you may have won, books you may have written, or extra
it
little
all
things.
Looks to couples as if it's just stand you apart, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So that's one of the, well, it's not only that reason, it's just that I just wanted to do it. Get a bit bored in the week. so it's stuff to do.
Right, yeah.
But that's been on the back burner
you don't
for
have
about
to
a year.
edit all week, every week.
You see. Yeah, but you don't. You got your little guys in Indonesia. Indonesia doing it, haven't you? So.
Anything else this year happening?
This year, yes, there is actually. So, are we going to talk about the course now? Or are we going to have a proper announcement video at some point?
We are going to announce at some point very soon something that we've been planning for a long time, probably properly about 6 months or so. But we've been talking about it since the beginning, haven't we?
We've been talking about it since the beginning of your career.
Premise. So when I started in wedding videography, Howard said to me, you can do this as a business. I'll help you get started. I reckon you could be earning 50k plus doing it full time within 3 years, I think you said. So I listened to everything you said and followed it all, and I was making more than that within 2 years.
There you go.
So I was a bit of a case study for all these theories and concepts that you had.
We had the 0 to 50k, and then it was the 50 to 100k, and that was going to be 5 years, wasn't it?
So that same kind of model of teaching someone how to build a successful wedding business or wedding videography business, we are now making available.
We are, but we're going to combine it. So the course is going to be mainly wedding filmmakers, as yourself, as Adam. Adam's going to have a whole section on filming weddings, where to start.
Filming, editing, delivering wedding, like just natural,
everything, kit,
proper personal wedding films in a way that brides and grooms want to book. Nothing too frilly, nothing overproduced or film set-esque. It's just good, like my style, discreet, natural wedding films that are going to pay the bills and get you loads of bookings and give you a nice living and help you travel back. So.
Sounds good. I'm going to take over the.
I give you the tools to make a nice film, and then you take it.
Yeah, I take it then to the business side of it, which is pretty much everything that I've done, not just with Adam, with other students of mine over the years. I mean, I've talked on stage. I've helped so many people get to where they are in the wedding industry, and I thought, well, why not put something together? And we've been asked for it, so it's another reason why we thought, is it a bit typical? They're going to do a course, and it's like, but we've just listened to the market.
Yeah,
people have been asking me for years, and they've been asking you.
Course,
so I thought, well, let's do a course, but let's make it a really, really good one. And we've seen many courses that people have done in your field for the filmmaking.
Yeah.
And I've seen the business side. I thought, well, if we can combine it and do something that's really beneficial.
There's great filmmaking courses out there, but I don't think there's anything that touches on the business side as much. I mean, not just touches it, but we're going to go full in comprehensive on the business side, or you are, and it's all weddings videography specific. So
I think with me, how your career's progressed right from the very start, I set out, things for you to do on a daily or a weekly basis. And it's right, do this, do this, do this, do this, and then just to see that in front of our own eyes. Completely be 100% successful. It's like I've got something here. So the way that I see it is, for me personally, let's make it really direct with clear instruction of exactly what to do, rather than just talk about things you potentially or possibly could do. It would be like, right, in this lesson we're going to learn this, and here are your action steps at the end of it, as in go and do this thing we've just been talking about, rather than just put it out there and leave it up to you. We really want you to be accountable for everything that
it's going to be
saying.
tangible and actionable. so that you actually have to. You're not just like taking it in and going, yeah, those are good ideas and philosophies. Yeah. It's like, no, you have to actually do this. So yeah, so we're doing a course.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, really exciting.
Well, we've started, and we're going to be hopefully launching probably sometime in April if we get everything down. There's a lot of work on both parts. Probably a bit more for you because you've got a lot of filmmaking. Because you're thinking how to edit, how to use the kit, what settings for the camera, light settings.
I know, and there's a lot
of killer shots.
I've covered a lot of that in my YouTube channel, which I'm still going to be doing all the time. It's not stopping. I'm not cashing in, but I want the course to be like next level, deep dive, and really detailed.
I think once they've learned every single aspect of filming a wedding, and then it's like, right, you've got that knowledge. Now let's turn it into a business and let's make it pay. And that's where the business side comes in, because you can be the best filmmaker, photographer, and not have a clue how to get business. I mean, I know. I've got 2 or 3 to mind photographers who are incredible at what they do, but they don't get any work, and it's a crying shame. And they're nice guys, but they just don't know how to get work.
On the flip side, you've got people who get loads of weddings, loads of bookings,
and the work's kind of average.
Aren't the best photographers, but then they know the business side, don't they? Which I think is going to be set us apart, because the business side that you're going to teach is going to be is
without a doubt.
Well, I know it's great because it works for me. So that's the plan. We are going to do some kind of proper announcement at some point soon. But this is us kind of giving you guys, our audience, a bit of a sneaky peek. You're kind of,
it's a heads up,
getting in on it before everyone else, before we go proper announcement with it. So it's exciting.
Well, yeah, I mean, you said you've got at least 50 people who've actually been asking you for this sort of content, which...
Yeah, I mean, obviously we do this, but the YouTube stuff's great, but I get people asking all the time, like, I watch all your videos, but I still want to know, like, it's that extra level of detail, and I think if we can be with you step by step from beginning to, like, from picking up a camera even, and you've never shot anything before, let alone a wedding, and we can be with you step by step the whole way into building an actual full-time business. It's just that next level of detail.
But it's just doing little things that's going to set you apart. I mean, for me, when I started out, probably 15 years ago coming into weddings, I went on a 3-day immersion business course down in London with my friend, and it absolutely changed my way of thinking about business, about pricing, about networking, just about every aspect. And that is what just got me to where I was, by using those philosophies.
Of all the money I've spent over the years getting going, the workshops and things like that I did were the biggest and best investments I made. More so than buying an extra lens, whatever.
Oh, exactly.
Investing in the educational side. So that,
I think it's always about
sort of add our voices to that kind of.
It's about investing into yourself, though, isn't it? You've got to be investing into yourself. So and we're excited. I'm excited. Tons and tons and tons of work. But I'm still excited.
That's coming soon. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, that's a wrap. Thanks for listening to us.
See you next time.
But next time I'm sure we'll be back with an actual topic to talk about.
Just keep your eye out for the announcement video of what this course is going to be covering. I think we're going to go through that.
But yeah,
not too in depth, but a good overview of what it's going to be all about.
So yeah, all the best for 2020. We are here for you and with you, and that's what we've got planned. And let us know in the comments if you like the sounds of everything of this, what we've talked about, and you're interested in this kind of course thing that we're going to be announcing, and any other questions you've got, leave them in the comments as ever.
Thanks guys, see you next time.
Bye.